BLS just released the October and November jobs reports, and it was weak, showing the unemployment rate spike up to 4.6%, and it has to turn even the most hawkish Fed members a bit more dovish. Let's break it down. This was 2 months now because, again, of the shutdown. So October showed 105,000 job losses. A lot of that having to do with federal layoffs where they were on the books. They received the buyout until September, and then October, they showed up as unemployed. And November, which showed 64,000 jobs created, which was a little bit better than the 45,000 the market expected. But you take that in aggregate together, and we've seen job losses. Of course, as we've been seeing, all the job gains coming from healthcare. In fact, for the entire year, if you remove healthcare, pretty much flat job growth. And something that's really been a plague to this report is the birth-death ratio. That's how the BLS captures small business jobs. Every report out there showing that there's negative job growth. It's the weakest sector. Look at ADP, most recently 120,000 job losses for small businesses, yet the BLS showing 413,000 job gains through this birth-death ratio in October. This is the reason, one of the main reasons, the BLS has these huge revisions where they've been overstating job growth, and as Jerome Powell estimates, 60K a month in overstatements. So I think October really should have shown somewhere around 500,000 in job losses, believe it or not. And of course, they continue to revise down August and September. August negative 26,000 now, and September getting revised down by 9,000. But then the big story was the unemployment rate. This comes from the household survey. They didn't do one for October, but for November, it showed the unemployment rate go from 4.4% in September to 4.6%. You know, Fed members that were resting their cap on the fact that, well, even though job creations have been weak or negative, the supply side has come down, and, you know, the unemployment rate's been somewhat stable and still historically strong. Well, from the beginning of the year, from even just from July, it's gone from 4.1 to 4.6%. It has gone up in a straight line. Just take a look at this. You could see 4.1, 2, 3, 4, and we missed October, and now 4.6. One other thing is that the U6, which is really, I think, the true measure of unemployment, it adds back all the people that the U6, which is at 4.6%, removes. It went from 8% to 8.7. If you remove COVID, that's the highest since March of 2017. And just look at the types of jobs lost and gained. We lost almost 1 million full-time jobs and gained a little over 1 million part-time jobs. So bottom line here, team, this was a weak labor report. I think it's going to be a good thing as a side benefit for mortgage rates. I think it's going to turn even some of the most hawkish Fed members a bit more dovish and more in line with cutting rates in 2026, because this is a real problem that the Fed needs to get ahead of and keep their eyes on, because if the labor market unravels, boy, you have a very, very big problem. Look for the Fed, who's going to be getting more dovish in 2026 anyway, because of the makeup, because of the new Fed chair coming in May, to, I think, cut 3 additional times for a total of 75 basis points, and mortgage rates moving a bit lower and creating some opportunity next year.